Hello, my name is Stuart Shmookler. Yeah, it's a tough one. And I'm a partner at Gross McGinley. I'm in the Estate Planning and Administration Department and past chair. So today, let's talk about estate planning and what that is. A typical estate plan, and I say typical just so there's a number of people or lots of people who will use that plan, but they're all designed for what your needs are. There's also a little bit of a misunderstanding. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of misunderstanding about all of this. First of all, estate planning for the typical involves 4 separate pieces, but 3 of them have to do with before you die, and 1 of them, the will, deals with after you die. So let's talk about the will first. I'm going to give you just a very little understanding of what they are. The will is your written document as to what you want to happen with your property after you go. It can also do a lot of other things. If you have children who are younger, we can have a trust so that when they're 4 years old, if both of you would die, they don't have money in hand and they can go out and buy a Ferrari. So we put it in trust so it's protected and it's for them when they need it, for their living expenses, for college, for anything that they may need. It's something that we'll discuss. It also says where your estate assets go. And one of the discussions we'll have is what are your estate assets? And you may be surprised by what is included and what is not included. So that deals with when you die. The will is actually not legally binding until you die. And until that time, you can change it any number of times as much as you want. They don't get filed. The original stays with you. The other 3 documents that deal with prior to death starts with a financial power of attorney. That, in a power of attorney, you are the principal. The person that you name is known as your agent. And your agent can sign your name to financial documents. It's extremely important. It takes the place of having to go to court and having a guardian appointed for you, so it's less expensive, it's expeditious, it's quick, it names the people you want and the things that they can do, you decide. But it's very powerful. So we need to be very careful with it and make sure that we take all the precautions to protect you going forward. The power of attorney is terminated on your death. The last 2 pieces, they're actually separate pieces, but we put them together in one document, deal with health care. So of course that is also prior to death. The first is another power of attorney, but this one is known as a health care power of attorney, and both of these are sometimes called an advanced health care directive. The power of attorney names somebody who is going to make healthcare decisions for you if, 1, you can't do it on your own, and 2, this is a temporary condition. You're going to improve, you're going to get better. So during the time that you can't do it, your agent will make those decisions, and when you recover, well, they're kind of fired, and you retake management of your health care. The last piece I'm sure you've heard a lot about, it's called a living will. That's the document where they're going to take you off the machine. Of course, we don't write it that way because as lawyers, we need to make everything much more complicated. So the way we have it is, it's called a 2-prong test. There has to be 2 pieces there. 1, you have to be incapable of making decisions. Because if you could make those decisions, the doctor would come to you and say, I have bad news, you're sort of at the end, what do you want us to do? you would make the decision. But here you can't make it because you're incapacitated. And the second test is that you're either at the end stage of an illness so that you're going to die, or you're in a state of permanent unconsciousness where you're never going to come around and wake up. So if both of those are there, you can't make decisions and you're going to die, they're going to withhold or withdraw life support and let nature follow its course. You're going to be kept comfortable. You'll be given all the pain meds that you need and everything else to make you comfortable while nature follows its path. That's the 4 pieces to an estate plan. You would need to come in and another session, we're going to talk about how to prepare for and what happens when we meet to do your estate plan. Thank you for listening to me.